Hi and welcome to another Married to Reselling video. I'm Simon.
I'm Faye.
And together we are a UK reseller couple selling mainly on eBay and Amazon.
Coming up as usual, we've got sales from right here in the barn. But first we are going to answer some questions that we've had on our YouTube channel.
These are questions that we do generally get quite a lot asked in different ways.
The first question is, do you have to heat the barn in winter to stop all your breakables from crazing? It's a very good question.
So for anyone that doesn't know, perhaps you don't have anything to do with breakable ceramics, crazing is where the glaze starts to crack. You can see it on there. So it's not that the whole item is cracking, it's the glaze on top.
No, we don't heat our barn. We don't have any way of heating it. We understand that crazing happens due to extreme temperature changes. So like all of a sudden, so say it went from really cold to really hot in like an hour or something. And that doesn't tend to happen out here. There has been one occasion where we've taken crockery into the house from in here and we've literally heard it all crazing, but it was crazed to start with quite badly. So no, it's not anything that we have noticed.
So the next question, when Simon packages a bundle of stuff, e.g. a pile of plates with cups attached by cling film, does he unwrap the lot and wrap individually or leave it and wrap it as a whole? So for example, cups and saucers and plates, so trios. Yeah, so I would definitely unwrap this whole bundle and then I'll wrap the plates together, the saucers together, and then I'll probably wrap the cups individually or in pairs with bubble wrap in between, and then they'll go in a box. So yeah, definitely do undo them. I have in the past had a bundle of saucers and cups just like this and just put a ton of bubble wrap around it and put it in a box, and that's been fine. It's not really something I'd probably recommend doing, but I think I did it, maybe I was in a rush or something, or it was a really low value sale or something like that. But generally I will pick that apart and repack it in bubble wrap.
Do you have to have free shipping in order to be part of the GSP? I've read the guide on eBay but can't work it out. If you don't already know, GSP stands for Global Shipping Program, and that is where select countries, quite a lot of them in the world, I couldn't tell you which ones are on the list and which aren't, they have the item sent from a UK seller to a UK address in Lichfield. Actually, it's the Global Shipping Program sort of HQ. So the item is sent there and then Lichfield deal with getting it to the customer wherever they are in the world. It's just down to us getting it to Lichfield, and it can be free postage or paid postage, whatever you want, it doesn't matter. Just started listing on Vinteria, had a strange request from somebody who says they need my phone number to buy product. Is this normal? This is a scam. Do not fall for it. Anyone that asks for your phone number, email address or anything off site, whether it's Vinteria, eBay, Depop, Vinted, just ignore it. Move on. These sites do have information about scams. Vinteria, I know on the dashboard at the moment, has a big message at the top saying that there's scams, and they kind of go into detail quite a lot about what those scams are. So don't fall for them. If unsure, contact the platform themselves.
I've heard a lot of YouTubers saying eBay stop pushing listings after 90 days unsold. Do you feel this is true? I see you often sell things after a few months, or are you using promoted listings? Well, we are using promoted listings. Some things, if they're newly listed and we think they don't need them, we will not promote straight away. We might leave it a few days. Of course, that doesn't mean to say that every sale that we make sells via a promoted listing. We don't really feel that eBay stop pushing items after 90 days. We've shown previously in a video that views don't particularly drop. I think the biggest thing when items sort of stick around for a little while is probably that we haven't got the pricing right in the first place, or maybe we're missing something in the image or description or something like that. But no, we don't notice that there's a significant drop after 90 days.
How do you set the prices for the art, please? Every time I list a piece of art, I have a good look to see what the medium is, so whether it's a print or whether it's an original watercolor oil, etc. I look at the signature, see if I can identify the signature. If I can't, then I do a Google image search of the picture to see if I can find any information about that. And if I can find other art by the same artist, I'll look on eBay solds usually, and that kind of can give me a price to set the listing to. Otherwise, I just guess. And sometimes it can be really high, and I'll just come down lower and lower and lower and lower until it hits the right price and someone buys it. Or other times it can get snapped up straight away. You just got to test the waters and bear in mind what you paid for it. So if you paid £1, you might be happy to take £50, even if it's worth £75. You've just got to sort of go by your gut and do a little bit of research. Also, it was called Terapeak, but now it's just called Research on eBay, where you can go back up up to 3 years on sale. So you can search, if you know the artist, for example, you can put the artist name in the research section and it will show you sales for the last 3 years. If there's nothing and it's an original, it might just be like a hobby artist or something, and you can kind of think, well, okay, I quite like 40 quid for that £1 painting. Or you can get an idea of an average of what others have sold and go from there.
Just wondering how you managed to find items once sold. Do you write in eBay description crate 3? So you'll have seen us picking in here, and you know, there's a lot of stuff in random crates. So we use the custom SKU field. So when you list a product on eBay, there's a box called custom SKU. We'll write in there the crate number, and that is not visible to the customer, but it is visible on the sold page and various other places. We do see quite a few listings where they'll have like B3 in the title. I wouldn't say that's a good idea, just use the custom SKU. Having codes like that in the title can be confusing for the customer. It's obviously no good for SEO or anything like that. So use the custom SKU field if you can.
Faye, what's the website you mentioned on the pottery? Okay, I have 2. So replacements.com is the one I sort of went into detail about a few months ago. That is an American-based company, and they have a huge catalogue of pottery and glass and flatware. And there's a UK-based one called chinasearch.com, I think it is. And if you can't find what you're looking for in replacements, you can usually find it there, but I would always recommend replacements.
If you cancel your order because customer asked to move date or address, do you still get a ding from eBay for cancelling? In the past, I've told a customer I can do this, but I'll have to mark the item as dispatched and then buy a label direct from a courier when the time comes, or by a Royal Mail second class untracked. Okay, so if a customer asks for you to delay postage or change address, you can cancel it under issue with buyer's address, and you will not get a ding. I would be very careful about marking items as shipped and not actually shipping them. I know there's quite a few people that do it, but you do read stories quite regularly on Facebook where people have done that, subsequently not uploaded tracking. The customer has then reported an issue and the seller doesn't have a leg to stand on at that stage, particularly if you're sending something second class untracked.
Why don't you get Royal Mail to collect your parcels for free? Since I've been doing that, I've had no issues with lost parcels or late deliveries. Okay, right. Well, Simon definitely does not want to do this. I have suggested it in the past, but he's very like, no, I'm happy taking them to the post office. And there's a number of reasons for that. One, we're very rural. We don't want to leave hundreds of pounds worth of stock on our doorstep or round the side because we haven't got a safe place to leave anything. So if we were going out, we'd have to leave them outside and we wouldn't be happy about that. Also, we think there's a cap on the number of parcels that they can collect. And sometimes we can have 20, 30 parcels. And I don't think the postman would be very happy about that. Also, you have to get them to come the day before, and we don't know how many we're going to have because we post same day up until 12:30 lunchtime. We don't know what our plans are going to be the next day, if we're going to be here or not, so we would just prefer to take them to the post office.
Could you possibly do a separate small video with screen shares about how to turn off selected countries in GSP for us idiots who don't know? Thanks. So I think this question came out around the GPSR that's coming up and the talk of switching GSP off in Europe. So yeah, it's really simple. I'll put a screenshot on how to do it now. You just go into your business policies, go into your shipping plans and edit it in there.
What do you do to identify pieces and patterns you don't know? Well, I use the website replacements.com that I've just mentioned, but I also use Google Lens. So on the Google app on my phone, I can search by photo. So if I've got a plate in front of me and I don't know who the maker is or what the pattern name is, I'll take a picture on there and I can search by image. Sometimes that brings me 0 results. It might bring up similar items, but I'm none the wiser. So I'll go onto replacements.com and you can actually do it on their search box as well. You can upload a picture and search their catalogue, which has given me results before. Other times I will just do a search for like the pattern design. So if it's got a peacock on it and it's red, I might put vintage red peacock plate. And sometimes that helps, sometimes it doesn't. And if I really just don't know, I will just describe it in the title and put in the description that I do not know who the maker is. A really good example is this plate that Simon's holding up. It's a Wedgwood plate, but I couldn't find the design name anywhere. It's not printed on the plate, so I described it as like a gold and beige or gold and cream colour plate. Still couldn't find anything. But the edge has, this is called a Greek key design. And so I searched for Greek key, still couldn't find it. So in the end, I just called it Wedgwood Gold Greek Key Plate, and I put in the description, I've called it Greek Key because that's what it looks like, but I still don't know what the pattern name is.
Could you put the cost of goods and profit up on the totals board on your videos as you discuss them? So we have done that in the past. It just takes a long time, and at the moment we're trying to put more videos out, which hopefully you guys have noticed. Going into sort of full financial analysis on our sales just unfortunately takes too much time. As I said, we've done it in the past, so we are good with our numbers. It is just a little bit time consuming, but that is why we do always say the cost price and the total sales price, and for the rest you can kind of work it out. 15% fees, 5% promoted, and shipping.
Can I ask please, why do you wrap everything in cling film? I've never seen this before. It's not like your kitchen cling film, it's like packaging wrap. It's on a roll. Simon's going to show you. And I do this for a number of reasons. If I've got like a whole tea set, I'll wrap it all together to keep it as one lot, so nothing can get moved when we're sort of sorting things out. In here, everything in that listing stays together, but it also keeps things clean. So even if it's just one saucer or one plate, we wrap it to keep it clean, and we store a lot of items in the same crate, so it just prevents rubbing and scuffing on each other and just keeps everything neat and tidy. Do you just use eBay's white background as you list items? No, I don't. I take photos on my phone wherever I am, kitchen, barn, in the office where I work, and then I use Photo Room, which is an app. There's a free version and a paid version. I have the paid version, which I think is £50 for a year, and I can upload all of my pictures in bulk onto there and put them onto proper white backgrounds. I don't put my item in the bath, I don't put it on a bed sheet. I do it properly on Photo Room because it's quick, it's easy, and it always gives really good results.
Please could you vlog how you wrap your breakables, i.e. glasses and thin chinaware. Also, please could you vlog how to get set up buying from auctions, etc., and how you find them buying online. So the first thing, we have done a few breakables, but the problem that we have is they're always in the middle of other videos, and the thumbnails or the titles don't usually give away that there's a packing section inside that video. So what I'm going to do over time, as I'm packing stuff here in the barn, I will film different items, and then I'll put all that into one video, which will solely be a packing video, and I should think I'll have that out in the next sort of 3 or 4 weeks. Regarding buying online from auctions, buying any stock is very different for everyone. You can go to a car boot sale, buy a PlayStation. I'm not interested in buying PlayStations. You go to a car boot sale, buy a Wedgwood tea set, and that would interest us. So I would recommend that you search for general auctions online, find the sort of stuff that you like buying, and check that auction house's website. A lot of them do delivery, and they'll show their charges there. You know, what's good for us might not be good for you. It's very difficult to offer any sort of sourcing advice. We just show what we get.
I watched a YouTube video that said eBay prefer you to do free shipping and incorporate the cost. What's your view on this? Well, we always used to do free shipping. We were sort of sticklers for that, but actually we've realised it doesn't really make a difference. If it's a big item, like a big piece of art or a tea set where there's lots of individual items, we like to put postage on there, because if we accept an offer or if we start reducing the price, we want postage to be covered when the sale comes.
In terms of what eBay prefer you to do, they will always prefer you to do free shipping, because they are competing with the likes of Amazon, who are famous for it. In order to qualify for Top Rated Seller Plus, which is said to give your items a bit more visibility, you do need to offer fast and free postage, amongst a couple of other things. So yeah, eBay want you to do it. In our experience, it's not really make or break. So the last one, this is definitely a question, because there's 3 whys in there. Why do you all follow the advertising rubbish like lemmings? Why? It's a con, it's not valid. Please, you know you're being taken for a ride, but you find it fun, really. So this was relating to our test of eBay offsite ads. Now, the reason it's a bit of fun for me is because we accepted Amazon's promotion of 75% off the fees. I want to make a video about it. If it turns out to be how it looks like it's going to be, and the results are going to be poor, then we've told hundreds of people, and hopefully that will stop hundreds of people from doing it. If it works, then great.
That's enough for the questions. Now over to some sales from right here in the barn. Okay, Art 33. There we go. That is a vintage framed completed needlepoint tapestry of Cambridgeshire. That cost £2.49 3 months ago and sold for £20 and 9p. On the table, we have vintage backgammon game in like a briefcase. It's a very nice set. There we go, includes the instructions, all the counters, the dice, the cups and everything. It's a bit of wear on the handle, which I declared, but otherwise it's in really lovely condition. And that cost £2 from a charity shop 2 weeks ago and sold for £22.99. Sold loads of backgammon sets over the years, haven't we?
Yeah, always do well. And they're often sort of quite inconspicuous, aren't they? Just sort of sitting there under a jigsaw puzzle or something.
Yeah.
On a charity shop shelf.
Also on the table we have this Sofology fabric sofa care cleaning set and cloth with instructions. That cost £4 from a charity shop and sold for £19.99 plus post. Then we've got crate 5. Vintage mountain wood trellis blossom dinner plate, 10.5 inches.
Mountain wood, did you say?
Yep, that's it. Very raw. Well, that cost £2 and 2p 7 months ago and sold for £6.51 plus post. That's got to be from auction at that price.
Oh yeah.
And then on the shelf we have Ada cocktail glass ×2 clear espresso martini in a box, just the one box. We've got 2 boxes up there. They cost 70p for the pair and sold for £19.99 plus post within a month.
Guessing I'm going to need to open this and pad them out a bit.
I should think so, yeah. We've got a Vinteria sale. It's in crate 27.
Yeah.
It's an antique Royal Doulton D2772 teapot.
The old D2772.
Yeah, always on the lookout for those.
Favourite of mine.
Yeah. And that cost 70p from auction, listed less than a month and sold for £10 plus £4.29 post on Vinteria.
Is that an offer?
No. On Vinteria, no.
Yeah.
£10, bang on?
Yeah.
No. All prices on Vinteria, bang on. Don't know if you've noticed.
I have noticed, yes.
Okay, a really old sale. Very old, in fact. This is in, it doesn't even say it's that old.
Oh no.
But we don't have to post it till tomorrow.
What is it?
It's a toast rack.
I've seen that.
It's probably one of those. It's from December 22. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow.
Well, it's going to bug me, so.
Sold to someone called Chocolate Fish. Actually, it's got the asterisk between chocolate and fish. It's in the shape of Uluru.
Yeah, I know exactly what it is. I know exactly what I'm looking for.
Oh, it's in random. Don't break it, for goodness sake.
I remember when you bought this.
It was so unique.
Yeah.
Cost £4.99 nearly 2 years ago from a charity shop and sold for £3.34 plus post. It's Carlton ware, by the way.
Yes.
Then we've got shelf.
Yeah.
Hairdressing mannequin training heads holders, 12 of them. Yes, that's them. They were in a job lot from auction of like mixed household items and they cost a total of £5.88 and sold for £6 plus post.
Wow.
Within 9 months.
We are really doing it in this video.
I know.
Great.
The next one's a good one, I promise. Crate 12.
Yeah.
2 vintage Royal Doulton Bruce Oldfield lidded tureens. We got 3, well you picked them up, didn't you?
I did.
From a car boot sale a few weeks ago. We got 3 and they were £1.50 each.
Yeah.
So
The lids are upside down.
yeah. So they cost £3 for the 2 and sold for £59.98 plus post.
Plus £7.98 post, which is probably going to be about right, actually.
It says repeat buyer, but I don't know if that is because they've bought 2.
Yeah.
Which is a bit bad technology, isn't it? And they're going to Australia, so it's twice we're mentioning Australia in this.
Oh, yeah.
Crate 16. Vintage crystal glass ashtray, clear round star design with 3 cigarette rests. Or cigars. What's this on the end here?
Yeah, a little cheapy.
Yeah, that cost 45p 4 months ago and sold for £8. Ashtrays don't hang around. Sorry, they do hang around. We just get them with other things. So yeah, I was happy to get that gone. And then we have Art 21, a pair of prints by Featherstone Robson. 2 of them Wells Cathedral Deanery
Do
Winch.
this when you're not filming my bum.
You two sleepy. Oh, what's that on the table? Could it be stock? What you got there?
A pair of somethings.
A pair of signed prints by Featherstone Robson. And one is of a cathedral deanery, or Wells Cathedral Deanery, and one is Winchester, or the Deanery of Winchester. Oh, the Deanery in Winchester, and that's Wells Cathedral. There we go. They cost a total of £2.88, and they sold for £33.49. And they were from auction, and they sold within 2 months. Okay, we have a sale on Vinted. It's in crate 14.
Yeah.
It's the Gruffalo's Child Julia Donaldson plate, bowl and mug set. Thank you. This was interesting because you sent a load of offers out last night on eBay. I sent some offers out on the other site, and someone messaged and said, oh, I've had an offer on eBay but I prefer to shop on Vinted. Would you match the offer? So we did, and it sold straight away. It sold for £18.79 plus post. And that was from auction, and that's been listed 2 months, and it was £3. It wasn't from auction, it was from charity shop. I remember buying it, it was £3.
You say plus post.
Plus
Buyer
post.
pays.
Yeah. Then we've got some sconces. Now, I don't, there might be in this box. The ones, the gold ones, it's not those ones. These don't have to go till tomorrow. Right, there's 5 wall sconces. They're really old. Some are like, they're like castle sort of style, medieval. They cost 70p from auction. They've been listed less than a week and sold for £23.74 plus post. Crate 19.
You nearly got me.
Yeah, I nearly got myself.
Yeah.
Royal Worcester Evesham Gold, 6 times ramekin, 1 round egg dish and 1 round pie dish. See, you wouldn't have been able to lift it out like that if I hadn't wrapped it so well.
No.
Cost 28p for all those, and they've been listed 3 months and sold for £21.37, and they're actually going to Evesham. Yeah. On here we have this globe. It's a vintage scan globe from 1985, the AS edition Type 5Z, illuminated.
Made in Denmark. It's plugged in. It illuminates.
It does illuminate. That cost £5 from a charity shop, listed less than a month and sold for £47.49 plus post. That was, you picked that up, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well done. Then we've got crate 28. Vintage Wedgwood Campion cereal bowls, 4 of them. That's them. They cost 70p and sold for £18.58 within 2.5 months.
This Wedgwood Campion has been very, very popular.
It has.
So definitely be on the lookout. Good prices too.
Yeah. Crate 3. This is an old one. I need to tell you what it is, don't I?
Yeah.
Vintage Saxony dinner plate, 2 of them. Stonecroft Evergreen. Yep. They cost £1 like 16 months ago. Gosh. Sold them £4 and a penny plus post. Don't even know where they came from. And we've got Art 80. It's a smaller one.
Oh.
There we go. It's a vintage eagle by William Finch. It's a bird of prey, obviously, and that cost 50p from a charity shop a month ago and sold for £19.99. Then we've got crate 12. Vintage Bilton's colour roll tulip bowl, 5 of them. They cost £1 and sold in less than a month for £22.99. They must have been from a car boot or something. Then on the table we have a Linus Miniso Peanuts Snoopy Space Traveller building block set. That's the back of the box. Thanks. There we go. Got that from a charity shop just over a week ago for £2 and it sold for £22.99. The box had been opened but all the packets inside are sealed, so I was really happy with that. Crate 24.
Yeah.
Vintage Royal Dalton Carnation bread and butter plate, 4 of them. That's those. They cost a total of 45p 5 months ago from auction, sold for £11.81. And then we've got crate 14.
Yep.
Vintage Rose of England mug with a teddy bear on it. That's it. That came from auction 6 months ago, cost 53p, It's all for £10.55 plus post. We really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like it if you did, and if you've got any comments, please add them to this video. And if you want to subscribe so you never miss another video, please do. We'd really appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Bye.